What's up, folks? This is J-Dub back in the building once again. I appreciate you tuning in to my little video blogs I do all the time. I just wanted to talk about something that I'm always ranting and raving about, but nobody seems to discuss it online or anywhere for that matter, and they keep it hidden in hush, you know what I mean? Basically, as you can tell, I'm a Pittsburgh guy, born and raised, and people have told me this goes on nationwide and worldwide, and I realize that, but I just want to speak on it regardless. I'm sure you see it's always some survey or something or poll that comes out that says, "Oh, Pittsburgh's one of the most livable cities." They even had something recently. It was in the top 10 romantic cities or whatever. And there's always commercials on, and everybody's family oriented, small town, Steelers, Penguins, Pirates. Yada, yada, yada. Heinz ketchup. But they never discuss, anything about what goes on behind the scenes. Well, not even behind the scenes, actually right in front of your face. I'm talking about nightlife. Pittsburgh nightlife. Here's the issue. Actually, there's a lot of issues. Here's the issue with Pittsburgh nightlife. I never pulled a race card, so don't even go there, first of all. Never pulled a race card. I think it's weak to pull the race card as a cop-out. But if you go to any... I'm not going to say any names, any venues on this video, by the way, because you've seen it all on my post that I put up already, so you probably know what I'm talking about. Or if any of you have experienced nightlife here in Pittsburgh, then you already know what venues I'm referring to, or probably have a story of your own. Here's the deal. I understand dress codes. Venues have to have dress codes because you don't want to. You don't want to come in there looking a mess. Big T-shirt hanging below your waist, pants hanging below your waist, your butt showing. Big Tims on. Looking crazy. I understand that. You're supposed to be presentable when you step out. Cool. That's fine. I have no problem with that because you should be. Also, as far as venues who let everybody in, I don't go along with that either because that's just, you don't just let everybody off the street into a place because that's just asking for trouble. But case in point, all these nightclubs in Pittsburgh, not all of them, some of them. I'm talking about clubs, not dive bars. I went up last night. Listen, I'm sure you all have already heard the story because I blasted it to thousands of people. I went up last night to the door in dress clothes, my ad. Dress sweater, dress pants that you'd wear to church or a funeral or a wedding, dress shoes. I was in, a dressy jacket, black jacket, all black. So I get up to the door. There's no line. A few people inside. Maybe more than a few. There's like 2 people behind me. Dude at the door looks at my dress pants and says, you can't, we don't do that. I said, do what? Your pants are kind of a little, in the knee. I said... So I was calm about it. I said, so I was being sarcastic. He didn't realize it. I said, okay. So you guys, the knee, we can't, I can't get in because of the way the crease is. I was like, I understand. Yeah, I know how it goes. Like, he thought I was being serious. I was being funny. And he's like, well, you got to keep going, sir. We got other people coming in. Keep in mind, there were 2 people behind me, 2 white boys on jeans, tennis shoes, and one dude had a jersey on. Another dude had a fitted cap. But I had formal, I say formal, I mean formal, dress clothes on and couldn't get into the establishment. Now, that clearly tells me what the deal is and what that's about. Had nothing to do with my clothes, clearly. And the people behind me walked in without any issue. So that's what I'm talking about. That type of stuff that goes on in the Pittsburgh nightclubs. Weekly, it goes on. I hear so many stories about it from friends of mine and whatnot about how they got turned away and were wearing dress clothes. How do you get turned away wearing dress clothes? You know. That's just funny to me. And the thing is, no one in Pittsburgh ever discusses this. I don't know what TV station it was, but they contacted me, the news station, last time I went on my rant and rave, because I raised all kind of ruckus. But it never went through. I don't know what happened with that, but they wanted my story as to what happened. I sent them a big dissertation. So you explain to me what the deal is when you get up to the door as a person of color and you're not allowed in and you're dressed more formal than what the dress code is. Now, I understand. I had a few people tell me, well, you shouldn't be trying to give those establishments your money. True, but I haven't been to that particular venue in months, and I was only going down there to meet a couple buddies that I haven't seen in a little bit. And we were going to relocate as soon as I walked inside. They had to come outside because I couldn't get inside. They walk outside, they have jeans and whatnot on. The logic is just not there. I've heard general managers and owners tell their doormen, after midnight, make sure it doesn't get too dark in here. But no one in Pittsburgh talks about this. No one ever brings it up. Everything's hush hush. You see all little girls and guys running up and down the street during any given Friday or Saturday night, and they're just oblivious to it all. No one speaks upon it. I posted it to about 5,000 of my Facebook friends this morning. As soon as I posted that, I don't know, 3 or 4 people deleted me. They were probably affiliated with that venue. They don't want to hear the truth about what goes on. They'd rather just keep their nose in the sky, head in the clouds, not know what's going on, and keep giving these venues money. The DJ, friend of mine who DJs, even said that the clubs, I'm not going to state any names, have told him when he DJs, don't play too much NIGG music after a certain time. And he just stated right there on online what the club owners say. Now, the argument is, well, a lot of black folks come in shooting up, and you look at the track history about some of the events, hip-hop events, track record, and yeah, a lot of times we act stupid and we get places shut down. That has happened a lot. I can see that stereotype being embedded in people's heads. Always one or two fools that mess it up for everybody else. But if you come up to the door in dress clothes and get turned away because something about a crease in the knee or whatever he came up with, then there's clearly an issue. It has nothing to do with what I had on, but as an individual. They want to keep their clientele. Another thing, somebody commented and said, the reason why they do that is because if they start letting too many black people in, then the white people are going to stop coming. Here's what sparks my attention. Anytime there's a guest rapper or Steelers in the city or in town, and they come to a club, oh, sir, just come on right on in. Obviously, the guy got money, clearly. Every white girl is just to these celebrities and rappers. They play the music, they play the hip hop music of the people that they're turning away at the door. Well, that doesn't add up. They welcome the Steelers and the rappers when they're in town, and they blast it all over online like, oh, such and such is going to be in town. Wiz Khalifa's in town. Everybody flocks there, but they won't let certain people in who he's reflects the image of in his music. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to see what analogy I could use. Heck, I don't even know. This doesn't make any sense. It's like, say there's a Snoop Dogg concert, but there's no weed allowed. That's what I'm saying. Like, they advertise all this stuff on the radio, but yet when it comes down to it, they don't want that clientele in the building, yet that's the music they're playing in the building. And when rappers and black Steelers are in town, they welcome them with open arms. Obviously, I know it's about money, but it's a big catch-22. Yeah, you don't let any fool off the street into the nightclub. We all know that. Anybody with a lick of common sense knows that. But when you come down there dressed and you can't get in, that's already telling me what's going on. So I purposely do this sometimes. Like I go out and go up to different venues just to, see how things go. I go out to network, and talk to people about business. I'm not out clubbing and dancing. But it's just interesting to know how a lot of these places are. Pittsburgh, it's a huge problem. It's been going on for quite some time. Every week I see white boys getting thrown around by cops, fighting out in the street. It's crazy. Rowdy. But yet, I walk up to the door by myself, no crew, dressed up, and I can't get in. But right next door is a whole bunch of white boys getting tossed out of the club, fighting, legs flying everywhere, hats flying off, arms flailing. But I'm just standing there just as calm. He's like, you got to keep it going, man. You got to keep it going. I know it happens in a lot of cities, but I just want to discuss it because no one talks about it here. Everything's just so great in Pittsburgh. Try it. Just try it. Go out to any nightclub here in Pittsburgh and just try getting in with, I don't know, just wear whatever you want. Nothing, follow the dress code or whatever, and just see how many you're able to get in. I'm not talking about dive bars, and I ain't talking about straight up hood spots either, where there's like 15 cops out front, dogs barking, mace, cameras. I'm not talking about those spots. I'm talking about just basic, your nightclub. So is it true, Pittsburgh, that if you stop most of the black people from coming in, that the white people are going to leave and not come back and spend their money? Is that true? I want to know, No, of course no one wants a bunch of thugs up in there acting up, shooting up the place. That's common sense. We want to go out, have fun, drink, listen to some good music, and go home. But I haven't been back to that. I haven't been to that. And then here, check this out. My buddy, real good dude, he works as a bouncer at this spot I was at last night, but he's been off there for a while. So I asked the guys at the door, do you know such and such? They laughed like, no, you got to keep going. So not only did they lie and say they didn't know the guy who's been working down there for years, but they laughed. I don't know who these guys were. But that's it, man. They like the music, they like the sports and all that and the rappers, but they won't let that clientele in. There's been a couple places down in Pittsburgh that my buddy was trying to get in with his buddy, black dude and white dude. They were dressed button-down jeans. These are grown folks. They wouldn't let them in the spot. So my boy, the white dude, says, "Why won't you let my man in?" He says, "Because we said you ain't getting in. You just can't get in." The black dude. And then after they were walking away, the guys at the door were saying, "Come back when it's Black History Month. Maybe you can get in then," and start making a joke about it. These are nightclubs here in Pittsburgh. I don't care if the owners, GMs, or whatever don't like what I have to say, because a lot of these people are scared to be blacklisted or whatever. I don't care. I don't care about these spots. I don't care about giving my money. What my goal is to get the word out there so people know what's going on. That's my goal. It's not because I want to go in there and dance. It's just because I want to let people know what's going on, because no one ever discusses it. The city is extremely segregated. Extremely segregated. It's a lot of closet racism in this city. It's sad, you know. I mean, like I said, I don't see color at all, in the least bit. Like, if you respect me, I respect you, and that's it. Bottom line. There's no, I don't care what you are. But that's not how a lot of people in this city think. Everything is so split. And like you said, they base their judgment off of shootings and foolishness that has went on, and just group everybody into that category. I guess white boys don't carry guns. I don't know. Do they? Do white boys carry guns? I get, you know, but yet every week when I go out, all I see is white boys getting tossed in the back of paddy wagons and thrown around. I don't know when the last time I seen a whole bunch of black folks fighting down where I go, but yet it's all white boys fighting. Now, there's a spot that was just on the news that I go to often, and they put that this place is dangerous, and it's a nuisance bar. Meanwhile, I've seen like one fight down there since I've been going, and it was diffused quickly. It's majority's black, the crowd. It is a nice mix, but majority's black. And just because of that one incident, now it's labeled a nuisance bar, and they want to shut it down. That's another thing that should tell you right there. So yeah, no one discusses it, no one brings it up, no one talks about it. They get scared. When you post about it, everybody gets in an uproar. I don't care. I could care less. I'll post what I want and tell you how it is. The next step is I'm going to go out and do a little recording and show you guys what happens and talk to a few people, if you don't believe me. So that's all, folks. I love my city to death. Like I said, Pittsburgh or Steelers didn't do much this year. I don't know what they were doing or thinking or drinking. I don't know, but better luck next year. Pirates, and well, it's good to see, you know, hockey's back in business again. That's all, folks. I just wanted to go on. I just wanted to rant about that. Love the black and yellow. Do not like the undercover BS that goes on when it comes to stepping out or going out or whatever. No, I don't want to be forced into some spot where I have to stand against the wall because Katz is up there fighting every 5 seconds. I did all that hood stuff, you know, all them hood spots. All I did was fight. It's not my day of a good time anymore. We're all older. We're not 18. I want to go out and enjoy myself, have a few drinks and roll, whether it be, you know, by myself with my lady or whatever. I don't even want to deal with that. So yes, I will put you on blast to my network when you want to blatantly discriminate based on skin color. I appreciate you guys for listening to me. Follow me on Twitter at JDubsWorld. Join my crazy group at facebook.com/groups/vocalpub. Currently, we have 6,468 members. You can join my fan page too at facebook.com/therealstory. You can also hit me up at my profile at facebook.com/vocalpublishing and /JDubThePresident. I'm also on Instagram at JDubsWorld as well. So that's all, folks. Get ready for our next gathering, which is next Friday at North for Sales Bowling Center. the 22nd from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is going to be popping. Our gatherings are nice. If you haven't seen the photos, we're doing really, really, really well. Vocal, I'm blowing this up. If you don't like it, tough. That's all, folks. So on that note, I'm just gonna, I don't know. I just wanted to rant about that. I'm just sick of it. I'm just tired of it. Just tired of it. If nothing gets done, who cares? Because I still spoke on it. On that note, folks, you guys have a good day. And I think I'm going to head down to Permanis and get a sandwich. Peace.